Have you ever been in a situation where you get paid on Friday and by Monday your money is gone? Definitely been there. And what I realized was there's a number of things that I was spending my money on that just didn't matter or didn't make sense. So I'm going to share with you things that I stopped buying, and once I stopped buying them, I had more money left over. Now, before we get into the list, let me clarify something. This isn't about depriving yourself of things. I'm not telling you to never spend money or enjoy your life. This is about prioritizing and cutting back on the stuff that actually doesn't matter or add value, so you can focus on what really does. So you might actually not need to stop buying these things in the list, but I can guarantee you at least one will resonate with you. Name branded groceries. Here's a little secret. Store branded products are often made in the same factories as name branded ones. The only difference, the packaging. This one hits a lot closer to home for me personally because my son loves name branded groceries. Take, for instance, he loves Nutella, right? Nutella, everyone loves Nutella. But I went to a store one day and then I got something which was called Nutoka. And then I showed him, he looked through, he rummaged through all the bags and was like, oh, did you get Nutella? And then he saw the chocolate paste, but when he saw the label, he looked at me, he was like, Dad, what is this abomination? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, this isn't Nutella, this is Nutoka. What is this? I was like, it's Nutoka. It's the same as Nutella. It's like, no, it's not. But the point is, he had in his mind that, okay, Nutella, he'd been taking Nutella. But at the time, I was like, Jay, in all honesty, Nutella had gone up in price. I was like, I'm not spending that when Nutoka is this price. We're gonna start loving Nutoka. It's gonna become a household name, Nutoka. But he was like, no, we have to get it. We have to get Nutella. So I was just like, no, finish this Nutoka first. And truth be told, I got another 3 Nutokas. When Nutoka finished, I didn't get Nutella till recently, and the only reason I got it was because he likes to bake now, and the quality needs to be there. But the point is, Nutoka was fine, but the fact that it wasn't a branded grocery, it seemed like it was a problem, and then I started feeling pressured to spend this and that. But I stuck to my guns and says, no, we're sticking to this because we need the amount of money that I actually personally saved from switching to Notoka from Nutella was insane. So these are things that you can do. Like if you're in the UK, there's shops like Waitrose, there's M&S, and then you have shops like Lidl, Aldi's. So sometimes if you need to get that thing that's in M&S that you can only get in M&S, then go to M&S. But if you need to get generic items, you go to Lidl or Aldi. I mean, this video is not sponsored by either of them or whatever, but this is just personal experience. And yeah, you really do notice a difference, because I was in M&S and then I saw some biscuits that I could get from Morrison's, but the biscuits were an extra £3. For what am I spending? Just the luxury of being in M&S. So these are things that you should bear in mind when you're purchasing these items or going to shops. Know what you're going for, and only if you can get it cheaper somewhere else, then go for it, because hey, this economy is not easy on anyone. Also, make it easier or more manageable for yourself. Sale items I don't actually need. I mean, I was quite bad for this before, especially when it comes to Black Friday or Boxing Day, all these sort of fixed yearly dates that you have to spend a lot of money, and they were like, oh, this is 50% off, that's 70% off. But what I then realized is, I mean, you guys can check this out for yourself, right? Is the so-called sales, they'll say, let's say something is going for maybe, let's just assume £50, right? That's the price it was maybe the month before the sale came up. But what they'll end up doing is they'll say this was £70, it's now £50. And that is actually a very, very clever marketing tactic that works year on year. I mean, check out with your, especially Black Friday deals, check it out. You'll notice that things are the same price that the so-called sale that they claim to be. That's the price that it was, but they'll just pretend, they'll mark it up and pretend it was more expensive, just to rope you into thinking that you're actually getting a deal. So this year I swore to myself that I wasn't gonna fall for that. So when Black Friday came, I didn't really buy anything, because I saw that, partly I didn't need anything, but usually what I'll do is, just because there's a sale, I'll go and buy something. But this time I was like, no way, I'm not spending any money. But one of the things was, when Christmas came, and Boxing Day came, I was like, right, this is a genuine sale. This is not a sale. This is this. And it helps me actually figure out what I really needed to buy and what I didn't, what would have ended up being an impulse buy because there was a sale. So these are things that you can check out. Take a step back and say, is this an actual sale? Or just wait till you know what the time has passed, and then you see that that's really what they're doing. They're marking up these prices. So eating out too often, I mean, I would say I was a victim of this, but really I was doing it to myself, right? I loved eating out a lot. I'll go to a restaurant. I'll even find an excuse, even when I'll be like, oh, I'm bored, let me go out. But I realized that I was actually spending a lot of money. Even apps, Just Eat, Uber Eats, I was ordering and not just heading out, but I was also ordering. And then I was like, rah, wait a minute. I'm spending a lot of money on this, right? But the worst part about always eating out or even ordering in is that out of like 10 minutes before I go out to eat or I've ordered in, I've gone to the shops and bought a lot of food items, right, that need to be cooked. So I'm spending money twice. So my brother, my sister, the best thing is delete that Just Eat app. Delete that Uber Eats app. And if someone says, let's go eat out, say no. Because one of the good things about what I ended up doing was, because I saved up so much money, right? Me and the missus, we went out. It was a hard treat, but really, I was like, let me eat this. I saw different steaks. I love steak, right? So I saw different steaks, and guess the steak I saw? Wagyu. And guess the reason I know about Wagyu is my son, because he's got expensive palates. But anyway, I saw Wagyu. I was like, you know what? Let me try this. And then I tried that, and I was like, But the only reason I got that Wagyu is because I was saying no to all those Chinese foods, all the McDonald's, all this, all that regularly, and I saved that money. So the point is, you cut back on all the things that you really don't need, maybe lower quality foods or whatever, and then you buy that high quality food, or you go to that high quality place, or that place you want that's Instagram ready. You can take your pictures, do all sorts, and you feel good about yourself that, I was here, I'm dining with the elites, I'm on the big boys, not I'm there eating greasy stuff with people with no teeth. But anyway, that's impulse buys. I mean, this is one that a lot of people actually struggle with. I mean, you're scrolling through Amazon, and then you buy something that you need, but Amazon says, oh, how about this? We noticed you bought this, but what about that? Basically, all things they call them upselling. They want to upsell you, right? To keep buying, and then often it actually works to the point. Again, you keep buying all those things, and then when you actually look at your online banking or your bank account, and you're like, especially if you have the bank account that it doesn't deduct the money straight away, it says this is your account, you're like, I still got a lot of money. But really, when you click on it, and it says, but really you have this, you have X amount, now you have minus, you're in an overdraft. Those things. Impulse buys are a big culprit for doing those things. So one of the things you can do one of the strategies you can employ is ask yourself, do I actually really need this? And the good thing is actually giving yourself some actually breathing room. I used to do like this strategy where it was a 48-hour like breathing for me to actually think about it. But if you can't wait 48 hours, then what you can do is give yourself 10 minutes, especially if you're in a shop and then you see something and say, right, I really need this. Before you buy it, try walking around the shop for a bit. Just give yourself some time, look at other things, and that way when you get back to that item, if you're still on your mind, then you can think, okay, do I actually need this? Because you've given yourself time to think and not just seeing this. Maybe they say this is on sale, or this is running out quickly, or whatever. You've given yourself that time to actually think, and chances are you won't actually go back to that item because you don't need it. And then that's where you realize that that's actually an impulse buy. So those things you can do, give yourself some time to reflect and think about if you need it, or even just do other things. If you've just come across this and these have actually helped you, or you thought these would help you, or they resonate with you, I would love to know your thoughts, guys. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, because if you think this is just the tip of the iceberg, my friend, there's a lot more coming. 2025, we're coming at you, so stay tuned. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.